Hello everyone and welcome to this Satisfactory stream on making a basic iron factory. Now, it should be pretty good in the end. I'm going to be producing from kind of the basic 3 iron nodes that you get if you start in the first spawn, and I'm going to basically try and as efficiently as I possibly can produce the basic iron resources that you kind of need for this game. So to start off with, so fix my base. To start off with, I'm going to place miners on the 3 nodes here. Now in future you'll be able to, obviously, once you've got more tiers, unlocked more things, you'll be able to get miner mark 2s, for example, and those will produce double per node what you get from a miner mark 1. So in that case, if you want to, you know, like double your production of these parts, which by then you probably have built your own thing and figured it out yourself, but you can just upgrade these to miner mark 2, place another one of these blueprints down, and it'll completely double what you've got. So what I'm going to start with is placing a conveyor wall here. This just makes it nice for the conveyors from the miners coming into the factory. Makes it efficient and easy to kind of snap them in, if that makes sense. Now for the purposes of this video, I'm using the new feature in Update 8 that lets me build with no build cost. But on the side here you can see how the resources required for each of the buildings that you need. I haven't included all of the resources you need for the conveyors and stuff because I don't know exactly how much how many conveyors you're going to require for it. So what I'm going to do is try and build this as modularly as possible. So I'm going to build up a couple of floors, make a different material on each kind of floor, and then hopefully it should be a pretty good, relatively compact factory. Not necessarily upwards, but personally I think the big kind of looking factories are the best way to kind of go with this. So, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to use splitters to split the outputs of the miners into 2, because each miner can take produces 60 ore, at once, and each smelter only requires 30. So what you can do is obviously just split them apart into 2 lanes, and then you get double the amount of iron ingots coming out, because otherwise you get a backlog with these smelters. So I'm just going to place one smelter here, one smelter here, trying to keep the alignment of the factory quite nice. Keeps everything nice and tidy. Now you might be tempted just to kind of spaghetti conveyor everything. Believe me, when I first started playing the game, yeah, you do, but by keeping everything neat and organized, it makes it so much easier for you as the builder to understand everything that's going on in the factory. And it also just gives everything a nice amount of space for you to play with. I know a lot of people like to be space efficient, and yes, 100% these smelters could be so much closer together, but for the purposes of this, so everyone can see what's going on, I'm going to keep them this far apart. So you want to set each of these to iron ingots, because obviously we're building an iron factory. That's what you want to build. So then what we're going to do is we then need to split the outputs of these up so we can make the various parts of that you want to make from this iron factory. So what I'm going to do, we need, for iron rods, we need 45 iron ingots per minute. So each of these makes 30 iron ingots. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use this conveyor, bring that out here, because we want all of those, and then we just want 45. So we will halve this iron ingot one, so that we have the right amount for our iron rod part of the factory. So what you want is then a merger here, because then this allows the input from here and the input into there. So now coming out of here is 45 iron ingots a minute. Now what we want to do on the other side of this splitter is bring this output into this one here, making another 45, but this will get split up later for the iron plates section of the factory. So I want to make sure everything's kind of in line with itself, so it's nice and clear. Go. So now each of these, with the exception of this one in here, has an output from it. So this one we'll use for iron rods, these ones we'll use for iron plates. So this is 135 iron plates, and this is 45 ingots going to iron rods, sorry. So now what we'll do is I will just build the next kind of floor quickly. Should have thought about this in advance, but hey. So just do that. Tidy this up after stream, but just for the basis of this, I will get it nice and buildable at least. So pop that on top, preferably, would be nice. I guess what I'm going to, so we'll just do that. Perfect. Ish. So. Oh, that's bugging me now. Ladders. Forget that those are in the game. Down. Sorry about this, everyone. Okay, so that should be pretty much what I was wanting from that. So I will just build this across. Like so. about 6. I'll sort that out. That'll do for now. Okay. So for this floor, I'm going to make this into the iron plate. So I'm going to start by just finishing off this floor here. There we go. Now what we want is some conveyor floor lift holes. I'm going to put them right on this corner here, just to look nice and uniform. You want them for the iron rod ones as well, because they'll be going a floor above these as well. So what you want to do is get your conveyor lift. You want to press R to reverse it, and then you can bring it down so that it's in line like so. And it should, if it's close enough, connect like that. Personally, I prefer to connect it again afterwards manually like this, because sometimes the game is a bit buggy with that, and it just gets a bit fussy. So I've also brought this one down, this one down, this one down, and this one down. Again, I will replace these because then I'll know that they connect properly, and you won't have cases where you power your factory up for the first time and nothing works because the lifts aren't connected properly. So I'll just connect these all back up like that. There we go. And then I will grab the ladders again from here, just so I can make my way up. I'll add stairs in the released version that I do, which may not come tonight, but I'll get it out as soon as possible to you guys. Yep, so this one is the beams. So what I will do is I will then go back to logistics, pick the conveyor lift, and then as you can see the green arrows signify the way out, it's not pointed that way. These ones, just leave them like that for now. Those will be going up to the next floor. So now what I'll do is, what we need here are 3 constructors. So the constructors will be producing iron rods for the system. So I will place one here. These will be making iron rods, as I just said, and we want about 45 per minute. Now for the reinforced iron plates, you only need, I'm going to put this a different way around, sorry. For the iron plates, you only need to, not iron plates, iron rods, sorry. You only need 30 of them to be made into screws for the reinforced iron plates. That's why I was saying iron plates. So what I will do is make an offset from what's produced here, from the end one, and that one will have an output, and you can connect it directly to your storage system, however you have that in the world. I'm not going to dictate how you should build a storage system. However, in a later video I will show you how to make a quite nice visual one that my one of my friends taught me how to build. So I'll just connect up this conveyor, that to there, put that along like this until it's in line The other thing I like doing is working in right angles. Just looks quite nice aesthetically, I personally think. And if you get something like that, then always kind of straighten it out so you don't have particularly wonky conveyors. So these are now connected to there, and they're making the iron rods that we need. And then, so I will use this one to go over here, and this would be the output point for the iron rods. So I'll just put them down there and create the left. Again, I've built it a little close, I will admit, but this out here. And then we'll bring that. Oh, there's going to be a pillar there. Well, I will move that, but that is essentially the output for that part of the factory. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the remaining iron rods that we're not sending to our storage system. Again, what I would recommend is 15 iron rods isn't a ton, but this is mainly for building reinforced iron plates quite efficiently quite early on. You will get an offcut of 100, you'll get an offcut of 30 iron plates, which is pretty decent. Again, you might want some more, there's not really particularly any limits to it. But from the beginning you don't have the industrial containers, so it will fill up quite quickly if you build something like this. So from here, these iron rods will become our screws, as you can see. I'm just going to make it so I don't have to pay for power, because I forgot to change that setting. And now I think if I just, yeah, so I will do another stream or video on power infrastructure, but for the purposes of this, so people can visualize how it all works, I'll get it all up and running so that everything's producing, and yes, it'll all be backlogged, but you'll be able to see where all of the parts are going by the end of this video. So now that I've built this, we're going to bring this one over here. I'm going to build it on this side because I feel like it'll split it up quite nicely. So again, for the screws, you'll need another 3 constructors. Build them here. And here. So then you want to set these to screws. Just like so. Then you want to bring your conveyor belt round here. Again, this isn't particularly space efficient, but it's just so that you can get a nice visualization on where everything kind of goes. Realistically, if you were building this yourself, again, course, you can shorten it on how far away everything is. And yeah. Okay, so now that conveyor is bringing some screws in. So now these will be producing iron rods here, as you can see, and what I'm going to do is attach it to a fix-it awesome sync thing, because otherwise it'll clog my system. So I will just much job really. It's just to keep everything flowing in the system, but I'll make proper outputs when I create the blueprint properly for you. And yeah, so just bring that down here, pop that into your system. And now so these would be traveling off to your storage system wherever you may have that over with your map or whatever. So now, go back up here. Now we've got screws being produced over here. That's being made at a rate of 120 units per minute. So now we want another conveyor merger to bring everything kind of together. So now you'll want to build Mark II conveyor belts here, because Mark 1s only go up to 60, Mark 2s go up to 120, which is enough for our screws. So now what I'm going to do is build the next module of our factory. Build up another pillar. Get another ladder. Just build up like that. Perfect. Now just as a quick rough part so that I can get it properly centered. Okay, I'll build it from another corner. Now I'm just building with these pillars because they are a bit, just to kind of change up the structure, and because I can't fit the other pillars in that corner. Overshot that one. And connect there, and then I just want to fill that in. Now I'm gonna just grab the ladder that I had earlier and just extend it up a little bit so I can get up there. There we go. And then we want to extend these lift holes for the iron plates as well. Now these will be going straight into an assembler. Actually, I don't need one of these because that's the output for the iron plates. One of those, because we've got 30 iron plates downstairs. So we only need these ones that I've got up here. Now I didn't get rid of this one because this is the one where the 45 are coming up, and that would not have been great. So just connect that up to that. This one up to that one. And this one up to this one. There we go. And now what I'm also going to do is place conveyor lift hole here. And you again want conveyor belt Mark II lift here, as we have quite a lot of screws comparison to everything else. Just climb up here. So what we want to do is we need nope, never mind, I thought I'd already done iron plates, so sorry about that. I do need that lift. is. Just fix that. Pop that left. Again, mark 1. Because that's alright because it's not got a conveyor pole. That's when it bugs out if it's got a conveyor pole, basically. So what we want to do is we need to obviously build our iron plates. But I'd already thought I'd done that. Now, because of how the logistics work, unfortunately, we have to use about 4.5 constructors. Now, what you need to do then to build this is you need to research the power slugs in the NAM to unlock overclocking, and then you can change how your constructors and stuff output. So here I go to constructor, and I will just place it along this edge here, just like so. Now it's kind of getting a bit close to them, so what I will do is place 2 constructors on this side, and then there should still be room for the assemblers. Maybe on another floor, but like a micro floor if you like. So now what we want to do is, this one's our 30 permit. Oh no, we want to set the constructors to iron plates first of all. Just like this. So, as you can see, it's 30 iron per minute. Now, if we were to do all of this, we only have 135 iron ingots coming up. So 30 times 5 is 150. So we need to reduce the amount that the constructors are producing so that we can get the most efficient rate out of it. So what you want to do is each of these wants to be producing 15, I believe. Let me just work that out. Never mind, it's 18. 15 would be 75, I think. I'm not going to work it out. So we want to set that number to 18, like so. Or you can set the clock speed to 90%. So just 18 like this. Another option is if you use power shards, you can do it in 4. Again, the constructors don't take many materials, especially once you've built this. So I prefer splitting it out this way. It's easier to calculate the efficiencies, but if you prefer doing it a different way, go for it. So what we've got here are 135 iron coming up. So how am I going to split this? This is when I wish that I'd done a demo of this before I'd actually made it. So I can merge them all together, but that would use I would have to use a Mark III conveyor belt, and I'd like to try and keep it to Mark II. So what I might do is merge it all together with a Mark III. Or yes, I might have to merge it with a Mark III conveyor. These for a second. Those are in the really annoying space. I may have to come back to this and redesign it and then stream it in a part 2. Just because I need to plan it. But if you've got this far, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 if you want to find out the rest of the factory. Once I've built it, of course I'll upload it, and you'll be able to find it on the Satisfactory blueprint uploads page, which I'll also link in the description.